So, Russian oligarch and dictator Vladimir Putin decided to sit a little bit closer to people. And so we have this propaganda dinner or whatever it is. And again, we've got some translation in the tweet text. I don't know if it's a full translation. I'm not sure. But he's sitting a little bit closer to people. And so that's interesting. And he's trying to like re-propagandize the Russian civilians. I'm going to get into this in a little bit, but Russia banned Facebook from its country. I believe it also banned Twitter, also banned TikTok, or at least in the process of banning TikTok. And so, but anyway, Vladimir Putin's got some more propaganda that he wants to deliver. And so I'm going to play this, but I'm going to read the text from the Twitter, which I'm not sure the translation accuracy, but this is someone that works in Moscow, so I'm assuming that they are able to translate effectively enough. But anyway, so here's Putin talking about again, he is trying to re-propagandize the Russian people. He's trying to basically convince them that this is a good thing to do. So he's saying those who are fighting in Ukraine are fighting for the future of our children. Says Putin, claiming Russia's preventing Ukraine from developing a nuclear weapons program aided by the West. He's billed the invasion from start as a defensive operation, contrary to the evidence. Now again, what does this sound like? What does this sound like? It sounds like something that the United States was doing in the early 2000s. Now again, Putin has been basically trying to throw U.S. imperialism and war crimes in their face throughout the invasion of Ukraine, saying, well, the U.S. can do it, so why can't I? And it seems that Putin is even going as far as to take more pages from the Iraq and Afghanistan invasion playbook. And again, it's a good tactic from a propaganda standpoint, because is the American government really going to say, oh, look at this guy, he's crazy and lying? Right? So he's trying to take control of the narrative. Now, again, people outside of Russia aren't going to buy it. Imperialism is bad no matter what. But either way, he's trying once again to sell this to the Russian people. And there's more. Putin on Russia's military operation in Ukraine. Quote, it's going entirely according to plan, which I have a hard time believing. Everything is being done the way our general staff planned it. But Russia has suffered, that's end quote. But Russia has suffered huge resistance from a Ukrainian population it claims to be liberating. Now again, the people of Ukraine do not want Russian people there. Putin, to my understanding, wanted to go in and get this over with last weekend. He thought that some of these major cities would treat the Russian army as liberators. And that ended up not happening. Even in cities that are majority Russian-speaking, for those of you that don't know, Ukraine's population, a lot of them speak Russian, a lot of them speak Ukrainian. I'm not sure how similar the languages are. I assume that they're relatively similar, but I could be wrong. I'm willing to be corrected on that. But even, Putin says that the Russian speakers, they're ethnically Russian. We need to go defend them. But even the Russian-speaking cities in eastern Ukraine are saying, nah, bitch, get the fuck out of my town. And so again, according to plan, I'm not sure about that. But we go on. Putin dismisses widespread speculation over the past week that Russia is about to introduce martial law. Today, there is no such need. Now again, they don't need martial law because also they recently passed a law that said if you peddle, quote, fake news about Ukraine in the war, that you will get 15 years in prison. I will go into that in a little bit here as well. 15 years in prison. So that's essentially martial law without declaring martial law. So, he's just fucking around here. He's not even gonna bother playing that. But again, Putin is crazy. He's lying to the Russian people. And again, he's doing so in a way, he knows that he is, again, if he makes something up like the U.S. did to invade Iraq and Afghanistan, it's going to put the U.S. in that awkward position of like, oh shit, right? It's throwing the U.S.'s war crimes in the U.S.'s face. which is a good strategy and tactic from his standpoint. And again, but we need to understand, yes, the U.S. did some horrible things and continues to do horrible things all the time. That does not make what Russia is doing in Ukraine any better. It doesn't make it good at all. And so we need to understand that. We need to be against imperial actions all the time. And this invasion of Ukraine is not going well. And you can see that again by the fact that Putin feels the need to lie even more so. Why would he be saying this a week after the invasion? Oh yeah, no. Trust me, they're doing some nukes or something, bro. Why would he say that a week after the invasion? And again, also he's saying that after the Russian military captured nuclear plants in Ukraine, and Zelensky was accusing Putin of nuclear terrorism. And, again, so this is Putin trying to take hold of that narrative and respond with complete and utter bullshit. For those of you that don't know, Ukraine, I believe in 1991, after the dissolution, or is that the word, dissolution, of the Soviet Union, agreed to, a security deal saying we'll give up all of our nuclear weapons. As of 1991, I believe Ukraine had the third largest nuclear arsenal, with the Soviet Union now at that point becoming the Russian Federation, and the United States. Ukraine would have been number 3, but they gave up their nuclear weapons because they were guaranteed safety from the West and from Russia. They were said, all right, both of y'all gonna back off. We're in Ukraine. We're a new country. We'll give up our nukes as long as you don't fuck with us. Turned out, wasn't the best decision. Would Putin have been invading Ukraine if Ukraine had nukes? We don't know. Who knows? But it turned out not the best decision. Russia lied. And, you can make an argument that NATO and the West lied as well. But, again, that's getting into a whole other can of worms. But either way, Putin is upping the propaganda in Russia, and it is getting a little bit silly at this point.